Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 11th of January. So, today we've got the ECB speakers by looks of things there. Got the European economic bulletin out at 9 o'clock. That may create a bit of volatility, but generally the contents is already released in one form or another. And then we've got the at 1:30 we've got the US inflation data out there. So yep, that's where we're sitting at the moment. That's the key thing. ECB speaker then at 3:30. But really, it's all about the inflation this morning or today, and that's really this later on. What do I expect for waiting for that? Probably more chop and mess. Morning, Ravi. This is the picture we're getting. We can't change what's happening at the moment, unfortunately. As I often say, we can't change the markets, but we can change how we approach the markets. And if it means just sitting here waiting, or don't sit here, just set some alerts and walk away. There are some things happening, I'll show you. Anyway, for now, the euro dollar, well, it's quite choppy here on the dailies. It's looking to try and break out of its bit of a range that it's sitting in potentially. Non-farm payroll day there, the last Friday's highs not far off of being hit. Now, if it was a normal trading day without any data out later that didn't count for anything, I'd be looking for the break of the R1 there, running up to the R2, got reasonable probability. It's put the high lows in here. It's in that sort of shape at the moment. Didn't come off yesterday. It looked like one stage it was going to come off a lot more. It did eventually get a bit of a leg up there on a bit of news. Today, well, I think it's for me. It's a case of with this data coming out. It's probably a case of waiting. Yeah, it's just not the best looking market. The pound, let's have a look at the pound. Slow here this morning. The pound, well, the pound's still doing that crafty little sort of move up, but realistically it looks like it is, but for a lot of the time it's sitting in a range, and it's sat in a range this week, and it's right at the top of that range at the moment. We could explore, and I will explore further after the 8 o'clock. What's happening above here, but it's certainly sitting in a range there. We might have enough buy orders, and traders may have set things up here, which looks like it. Well, yen. Yesterday yen softened further. The US dollar continued its shove up there. This morning it's coming off again, sort of close to a double top here. Right onto its pivot at the moment. Post 8 o'clock we might see a continuation of this. Just need it to start picking up above these near-term highs here, and it could have some potential there, but just catching a bit of a recovery into the pivot there, just maybe working the bounce out, so we'll be watching that. But yesterday really just continued up there yesterday. Weird old day. A lot of the time, look at that 4 or 5 hours there of the day, and 4 hours, the 3 hours I'm looking at in the mornings just going sideways. Basically, it drifted up later in the afternoon, but it's drifting against where's the dollar and the pound are going up. The yen's weakening. Aussie dollar still in its range here. I've got alerts both sides of this. It's sitting in this channel. I was waiting for it to come up to the one side or the other. I would prefer the upside here now. Still, it never made it yesterday, and looking to see if I can trade the range, but well, we'll see what happens here. It's stalled where it is here. It'd be so much nicer. It's got the weekly pivot to the upside here, so that may be giving us some resistance again. Now, if it breaks that, well, I just stand aside. But the way it's shaping up at the moment with the 50 EMA, the 4-hourly 50, looks almost perfect if it could get there. So I've got the alert sitting on the upside. There's the alert sitting on the downside for this. Yeah, and I really want it to come up a little bit higher before I start looking to short it back towards its lows here, ideally. So there's the Aussie. It's probably about the best looking of the lot at the moment in terms of potential for me. US dollar CAD. Of course, that can go all messy this afternoon anyway when the data comes out, but it's a potential setup on the Aussie there. CAD strengthening a little bit. It never really went too far at all yesterday. Another choppy day. Well, there you go. That was yesterday. Untradeable for me. I'm not looking to try and break into these. It did go there at 9 o'clock, but never went much further. That was that. And if we see anything move like that, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get more of it. More of the same today. In New Zealand dollar, well, chopping pretty much the same as the Aussie. It is towards the upper side of its range. It's an uglier pattern here, slightly not quite as neat and clean. We haven't come back to the 4-hourly picture there, the weekly pivots, but yeah, it's already through its weekly pivot here, and it's just a bit more messy. So I'll leave that one alone and keep an eye on the Aussie, see if we get an opportunity on that. Dollar Swiss, well, the Swissy, yesterday it gained a little, but again, you look at it and it's well, the 4-hourly, quite a mess here. It's this morning giving stuff back again now, not really going anywhere. So currencies I'll sort of keep an eye on. The Swissy yen. Now I was looking at this yesterday for the break of these highs. Well, it took the breakout. It's pulled back. It's whether now if it can do some sort of reversal and break through the highs I'm looking for. So really, we'll be looking on the lower time frames for a little higher low, and look to see if I can get a bit of a go with on the swing basis. See if this sets up. Now it's been here for a while. It is a new high, so there's nothing. Looking back over a year here, there's anything near it. So there's possibly a risk in the fact that we are looking at, or I'm looking at potentially buying near a high. We'll see how the price action goes this morning. Other pairs, it's all you see, same old. It's like Groundhog Day again at the moment. We go through these little spells, and this is one of them where when you look at what's happening here, there's a lot of chop and the likes of Euro Aussie, etc. Euro CAD is normally one of my more favoured pairs, as I keep mentioning, but it's in a right old mess at the moment, and I don't want to be looking to try. Sorry, this is a weekly view. Let's go into the dailies. Actually, it looks fractionally better, like it's got a bit of a curvature going on. There's the daily view, and it's messy. It's got this downward trend. It looks like, well, is it going to break? No, or it's into the 34 here as well. Maybe we have got a bit of a short-term bit of action going on here that could be signifying that it's going to run to the upside with the higher lows coming through. But it really, you've got one or two bars that's really the key for it, and the rest of the time is chopping pretty sideways. So patience needed still. On looking across the other markets for now, I should go through more of the main currencies in a short while. Looking at the other markets then, and looking at gold first. Let's just go into dailies here. Spot gold this morning it's up a little bit. Yesterday again, just consolidation phase. It's just riding in a range, and it's still in that range when we come down to the 4-hourlies. So still sitting there ranging. Gold, oil, again another range bound pairing. You're just getting actually. I can see now it's sort of starting to form this sort of wedge pattern, which are very unreliable. So things that I've just had to let things sort themselves out there. I'm keeping away from oil for now. S&Ps, where they're still pushing up to the upside here, they're back into the previous highs and looking positive at the moment, and I think these might just track their way up gradually. Just again, it's got to watch inflation. If inflation was to come out particularly high this afternoon, it could be quite bad for the US indexes here, as it puts more inflation, more pressure back on interest rates to be held for longer. Obviously, there's a cut already priced in for March. Now, if the inflation is still pushing up, that cut may be pushed back another month, and we might see another retracement on these markets. But for now, it's sitting there around the highs. There'll be short sellers coming in to trade the double tops, etc., of what's going on there. Not an area I want to be buying into for sure on that one. Certainly wait for the news wise. Nasdaq, etc. I don't know why I really clicked on this. Is similar. It's not quite into its highs yet, but it's got the potential. And the Dow Jones following suit. All three markets pushing up there. The DAX looked a bit more iffy yesterday, but finally it did get a bit more of a kicker eventually. It was looking soft at one stage, but there we go. It pushed off of it okay, and then started coming off quite strongly there in the sort of mid to late morning. But it's pushed back up there at the moment, but just pulling it again off for a while. But the general swing idea is reasonably positive. US data this afternoon might affect it a little bit. Just got to be a bit careful, because there's a sort of there is a linkage. But as I say, this does look like it's got some scope for further upside. The FTSE also, so you've got this. I talked about this slow move up there, where it did the slow move well. It's flagging at the moment the way it is, but if you really look at it, it's consolidating almost day after day here. But we could be seeing a break and a push to the upside at some point here. Okay, I don't have a lot more for now. I will come back and we'll run through it in the trading room in a short while. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Take care on YouTube. Bye for now.